Hello, welcome to today's Launch and Learn session. Today we want to talk about or show you how you can capture the POS receipt data in Excel and upload that data into the POS analyzer. Remember, we've discussed this in a previous edition, how to capture this POS receipt data in our system. So we'll show you this. This is the data capturing screen for the POS receipts, how you can capture this information here in the POS receipt and then post it on the system. So today we want to see how you can capture this data in Excel and also post it into the system. This is particularly important in areas that we do not have access to network or data. Okay, so you can actually use Excel spreadsheet to capture the data, the POS cells daily, and then you can then upload that data into the POS analyzer software. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do to be able to upload the data, capture the data and upload the data is to log on to the system. Once you log into the system, you go to the administrative tool, POS administrative tool here, and you download the template. Okay. So the template is already on our platform. So you go here and say download POS template. So we build an Excel template and we load it on our site. So what you need to do is to download the template and then open the template. We've put sample data there, fill in the data, and then you upload into the system. So now we open the page to download. So here you say download POS direct capture template in Excel. So I click on it. So down here, we have now downloaded a template. Okay, so what you may need to do is to open this template up. Okay, so we've opened this template up. Now the template is open. So what you can now do is that you can save this on your local machine. Please do not delete the heading. This is the heading. Please don't delete this heading. And then you can actually delete the rest of the data. Okay, that's what I've done. Okay, so you leave one data. This one data that is remaining is a sample as a guide. So you know how you put your data. Notice that we put the data a month, day, and year. Okay, so the rest of the data you fill and delete this first data as well. Put your data in this format, and then you saved it with the name POS upload data. Look at it, POS upload data. You need to, you can right click this and rename this. Please remove the 7. Okay, so this shows the number that I've done. Okay, so that's how the template should look like. On here, you have POS upload data, and you can also save this as POS upload data. Okay, and then use this from time to time to put your data. And then I'm going to show you now how you can actually upload this Excel data into the system. So I don't want to save this. Okay, so we go back to the main menu. Now we want to upload the data. Now, the second thing that you need to do is to check what kind of data do you want to upload. Okay, so let's open the sample data that I have here that we might want to upload. Okay, so you have here POS upload data. So open this data up. That's the data that I want to upload. So what you may need to do is to check the date that you want to load the data. If you already have data in that space, you may need to delete it. One thing you might need to do is to check if there is data in this date. See, here in January 2022, I want to load this data. Remember, I said the date is month, day, and year. Okay, and that's the template that I showed to you. And you see the name here is POS upload data. Okay, and we also save it as POS upload data. These two names must be the same. Okay, this has been predefined in the system. So I want to load data on 30th and 31st. The cells that we had on 30th, this is just a sample data. Okay, so this was the sales data that we have from this POS on 30th, and of course we have another one on 31st here. So what we might need to do quickly is to check the system between these dates and make sure we delete the data that was there so we can then load this data. So for you to be able to do that, go back to the POS administrative tool. Okay, so you see view and delete archive data. We just want to make sure we, remove the data that was there and then load a new data. So this is a supermarket and pharmacy. For the purpose of this test, let's say we want to load the data in the Lekki office. Okay, I've already explained this previously. So we go back to January. I may decide to remove all the data in January. So from 1st of January, or I could do 30th and 31st. That's where the data that I want to load begins and ends. Okay, So you can now look at that POS and check if there is a data inside it. Yes. So we already have data inside it, and this is the data that is there. So I need to flush out this data and load the new ones that I have. So I say delete data. So the data is deleted. Now let's now show you how you can upload the data. So you come back here and say upload POS data. Now there are 4 things you do in uploading data. We're going to load the data the way it is on a spreadsheet. We're going to do a QC on the data. Okay, by QC, there are a few checks we want to do. Delete duplicate data, look at the date format and make sure that the date format is correct, and then we'll now upload the data. So there are 4 things we can do. And if you look at the 4 steps we've written here, click on upload, select Excel template and click load. So that's the first thing you need to do. The second thing is to look at the dates and modify the dates. And then we can also modify the first 6 digit later if they were wrong, and the last 4 digit data. So those are updates that we can do, okay? And then that's the QC we can do. Quality check and quality assurance we can do. The next thing that also would cause a lot of problem, if your spreadsheet, you are having duplicate data in your spreadsheet and you want to compare with the bank data. Bank data is a clean data. Of course, we will also check bank data for duplicate so that bank doesn't repeat or duplicate data in the report they give to us. So when we get the data from bank, we will check for duplicate, eliminate duplicate. If they give you data for 50 transactions, we want to make sure that they are unique data for upload. We don't want data of one cells that is repeated 2 or 3 times or 4 times. So we'll look at data that are duplicated and we'll delete them. Okay, so let's go through this process here. Okay, so you can actually do everything here. You don't need to go to the Excel. Okay, so first we want to upload the data. We're already giving you instruction here on how to upload the data. So you can take time and go through this instruction. And that's exactly what we do. All right. So I go to supermarket and pharmacy. This business here is a supermarket and pharmacy that I want to load in Lekki. All right. So I take that the branch I want to load the data is Lekki branch. Remember, I told you before that you can have this system can allow you, if you have like 20 branches or 30 branches or 2 branches, you can actually use this one system to manage all the POS data from those collection centers. Or if you're a business organization that have so many branches and you have like up to 1,000 terminal, you can manage all of them here in the system. Each of those branch will be able to manage their data. Okay, so here we want to look at this data from this particular terminal. So I opened my system, and then this is the data that I want to load. So you see the data is loaded here, and I say it should upload. Now, let me explain this also. What we have done with the POS Analyzer is we create 2 servers for the data. Okay, the first is a sandbox where you first put temporary data. We manipulate the data, do the QC on that data. When we are fine with the data, we now upload the data to the production server. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. So this data we are loading now, it is a temporary server location, which is the sandbox. Okay, and then when we are happy with the data, that the data is clean, we've done quality assurance and quality check on the data, we will now upload the data to the production server, and it will ever be there. Okay, so that data in Excel, we've loaded it here. Okay, so you can see the format is the same format that we have. So it's been loaded here. All right. So the next thing we want to do is to do quality check and quality assurance on this data. So we want to modify data. We'll click on modify data. Now we have the data in our system. We can begin to quality check the data. So we pick on the POS terminal. We can roll back to January and the end date in January. That you know the data 30th to, okay, that data is from January 30th to January 31st. So we roll back to 31st and we want to view the data. So it shows us that data is loaded here. That we find out that people usually will have problem is date format in Excel and the system. So here we check, we see that we have in the correct format. So if you have any data here that is 30th 1, so we'll correct it to 1/30th because we said our date format here is month, day, year. Okay, so any of those ones that would be wrongly imputed into the system, we can have opportunity to select what the proper date will be here, and then we say change the format, and then the system will automatically do that formatting for us. And also see here that the total data that we've loaded in that spreadsheet is 23. So it tells us that, okay, data is 23, total number in the upload is 23. Okay, the one with correct date format is 23. So nothing changes here. Okay, if we have the one with wrong date format, then the number here will be less, and we'll correct the other ones. Now, the other second QC that we do is on these numbers. Okay, the last 4-digit numbers here. If you have any of these data here that this last 4-digit number is wrong, you have opportunity to actually change it here. You pick the number and say go, and then you can then put what the correct number and say change. So here is an opportunity for us to do that QC. So the next thing is I want to find out if the data we loaded, they are duplicate data, okay? And we take them out. So we go through the same date again, January 30th to January 31st. That's the data that we have in the system that we're working on. Okay, business unit, supermarket and pharmacy. Department is a Lekki department, the office in Lekki. Okay, so we have this supermarket, they have one in pharmacy and supermarket in Ikoyi. They have another one in Lekki. So these are all tests. So in the Lekki office, you see the POS. Now remember, if you pick Ikoyi, you will see, I haven't explained that before. If you pick Ikoyi here, you notice that the POS that you see are POS in Ikoyi. So we have a GT Paris POS in Ikoyi, and we have a Sterling Bank POS in Ikoyi. But if you are loading Lekki, you see that there seems to have like 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 POS machine here. So all of them are listed here. Okay, so I pick one of them that we've been working in, the one we want to work on, and then we pick which cashier produces data. Okay, because data is loaded per cashier. Okay, the cashier that had sales that time, so you load the cashier. Okay, so we run a QC on it. So the result is out. So we have 3 total number of duplicate record. There are 3. Okay, but we loaded 23. Okay, and then view the clean records. We will click on view clean record. These are the 20 that is correct. Okay, and then there are about 3 of these record are duplicate records. So you can actually view the duplicate record here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to now load the 20 record that are cleaned into the production server. Now, this one clean record I want to load into the system is the one that we're going to use to work on the data the bank will give to us on 30th. The sales, POS sales that was done on 30th and 31st. So that's what we want to look. Remember, what was in Excel was 23. And then when we did a QC, we noticed that there were 3 duplicates. We eliminated those 3 that were duplicated. And then again, the customer name here, we just want to, because we don't really know this customer, this is a supermarket. So you load all of them as a public customer, okay? So we say load. So total number of archive is 20, okay? So we have the 20 record now. This is completely loaded into the system. And in the next edition, we're going to show you how you can obtain the bank statement for 30th and 31st. We can then use the system to load the data, the bank data, and then we'll show you how you can run analysis on this data to show the uncredited account, all the POS sales that you had, and then the bank did not credit you. You'll be able to have that record and print out the evidence, take it to the bank so that they can refund your money. Okay, so I'll see you in the next edition. Thank you. For more information on how to stop POS fraud in Nigeria, please visit www.posanalyzer.com. And on the menu, please click on demo video. You will see all the videos that we have done, all the tutorials that we have done on this subject. Better more, you can search and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Evans Uko. You will see all the videos that we have made and all the tutorials that we have made on this subject. Even the new researches and revelations that we are having about the fraud that is going on the use of POS terminals in Nigeria, you will be able to follow all the discussion. Better still, please WhatsApp me on the number on the screen. And of course, you can also tweet at me. Please share this video to all merchants in Nigeria using POS. Number one reason why you must share this video is to help them reconcile their POS account with their various banks. Number two reason is to help them recover their money from the bank from all uncredited transactions. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next edition.